Hey there everyone, for this video we will be taking a look at exploration and other important stuff for the new 3.2 map, which is Joltville. Most of the exploration mechanics are the same from 3.0 and 3.1 though, so there's really not that much to cover on that side. Alright, like I've said, most of the exploration stuff are the same from Ignisville and Cloud Peak Manor, so first thing you want to do is activate the observatory to unlock parts of the map. After that, we will look for the nearest statue to unlock a teleport point and the free buff. Of course, in order for the said buff to take effect, don't forget to activate the astral monuments that you come across. Doing so will also reveal hidden field energies that we're going to feed on the statues to upgrade them. The main source of field energies is still overworld exploration. Most exploration point gives you 50 energy while the flowing spring fountain gives 30 energy, which I know is a bit higher than the ones on Ignisville, but that's because statue upgrades on Joltville are a bit pricey. Also, be advised that the field energy on Joltville is different from the ones on Ignisville, so you can't upgrade Joltville statues with your Ignisville field energies. Another thing to take note of is opening blue and purple chests. As you might be aware of already, this also gives you field energies, but always make sure that you are using your signet chips around the new map, because you can only get the blue field energy when you open chests that's located in Joltville. Aside from those already shown, here are some of the stuff that had some slight changes to them. First, we have the sequential mystery that jumped from easy to hell mode. You can now find them on walls, and some of these things seems overkill with the way they put around 20 tiles on one exploration point. I can already see some people hating this one from a mile away. Next, we have the dragon statues. They work the same as the cat statues on Ignisville, where you have to pay it some respect and it will give you field energy in return. After that is the Blade of Azure, that's pretty much like Vermilion Wings, just with a different design. The destination is predetermined and you can't control the flight. Only thing you can do, honestly, is enjoy the ride. Moving on to the new stuff, let's have a look at the new world boss. Torty is located inside Crouching Tiger Cave, and the easiest way to get to this boss is if you already have access to the Qianha Bazaar statue. Simply jump down this deep pit. Once you're at the bottom, open the map, use the tracker and you'll be there in a jiffy. Included in Torty's possible drop items are shards for a new cosmetic and the new Dragon Smart Servant. Next, we have gathering missions. NPCs all over Domain 9 will have pictures above their head, and they're pretty big, so it's kinda hard to miss. Anyway, they're basically chores where you do all kinds of stuff for them, and then they'll reward you with stuff that you can sell on the Qianha Bazaar's pawn shop. And here we are at the moment that you've all been waiting for, which is the upgrade sequence of the Azure Statues. There are 7 of them in total, and we will take a close look at their buffs from levels 1 to 6. First, we have Basket. Exploration-wise, this is the most important statue to level up because it has these 3 buffs that will greatly affect your field energy acquisition. At level 2 it will remove this force field surrounding some astral monuments. However, even if it's removed, most of these astral monuments won't be able to be activated, unless you upgrade Basket to level 4. Level 6 on the other hand will allow your map to display all the field energies around an activated astral monument. Next, we have the Heart statue. Most of its upgrades are only for quality of life, and the most important level to unlock here is this one. Allow me to show you what this Arcanum Passage is all about. If your heart statue is not level 3 yet, Arcanum Passages won't be functional and they'll just look like a fancy spot. These mechanisms are actually teleport points, and you can unlock them after doing a little bit of something, but first things first, let's upgrade the statue. Once upgraded, some of the lanterns on the platform should light up. Look for the lanterns that haven't lit up and study the pattern behind it. Imitate the 3 lines by stepping on the yin-yang buttons. If you fail to copy a required pattern, the combination will just vanish into thin air, so don't worry. Here's a tip for you guys, the button on the black half gives a straight line while the button on the white half will give you a broken line. This is true for all Arcanum Passages, so remember it well. When all lanterns have been lit up, the Arcanum Passage is now active and you can use it as a teleport point, or you can jump into it and it will transmit you to the giant elevator near Qianha Bazaar. There's a total of 16 Arcanum Passages scattered all throughout Joltville, and some of them are way up high, others way down below. This is a must-have when you want to focus on exploration, since having more teleport points will save you a lot of time. Unlocking all of them will also allow you to grab this important quest item, which will trigger a particular side quest, but that's another topic for a different video. The third one that we'll be talking about is the horn statue, and the relevant upgrades for exploration would be these two. Normally you have to hit the fountains with a vault weapon in order to collect the field energy, but once you've upgraded horn to level 4, they will be automatically open and you can just collect them like so. These fountains also resets every week. Level 6 on the other hand will allow the map to display Azure chests around activated astral monuments. Seems handy but is debatably optional. Next on the list is neck. This statue is purely for quality of life only and isn't actually needed for any exploration means. While I agree that this might seem appealing to vault mains, it's still highly recommended that you skip this statue for the time being. Fifth statue would be room. The most important upgrade here is level 4, which will allow us to open locked astral chests. Level 6 over here might sound helpful, but trust me, it is absolutely not worth it. The only thing it does is show a marker on the map when an enemy nearby you is carrying an item that you can trade on the bazaar. After that would be root. It's pretty cheap like the heart statue, because the only thing that seems like you'd need here are the level 2 and 3 upgrades. Level 2 would allow your map to display the locations of the minibosses on Joltville. You need to zoom in a little bit though in order to see the mark of their locations. And then level 3 would give us immunity to the electrocution when getting close to shocking rage chests. However, there's a way to cheese these chests, and that's by using the Omnium hand cannon. Simply aim and fire it at the chest, stick to it and keep pressing the interact button. The pillar will move you meters away from the chest, but the activation sequence of the chest won't be disrupted as long as you don't move a muscle. Lastly, we have the tail statue that is entirely optional since it only gives you discounts and increased selling prices on the Qianha Bazaar. These upgrades would be nice to have later on, especially if you're interested in buying some of the stuff there. We will talk about the new currency Dominium and the Qianha Bazaar on another video. Alright, now that we're familiar with all of the statue upgrades, here's my highly recommended upgrade order for efficient exploration. First we have Basket 4 in order to have access to the astral monuments all over Joltville. Then we have Heart 3 to unlock Arcanum Passages that will serve as extra teleport points. Next we slip in Route 2, so we'll be able to see the locations of the minibosses. After that we proceed to upgrade Basket to level 6, in order for all of the field energies to be displayed on our map. Fifth one would be room 4 to unlock the astral chests. If you come across a locked chest and you still don't have this statue upgrade, don't forget to mark the chest on your map. And lastly, we have Horn 4 to automatically collect field energies from the flowing springs. Hitting them with a weapon every single time can get tedious after all. This right here is the sequence of statue upgrade that I highly recommend for you guys, but of course, you are free to make some adjustments if you disagree with this order. By the way, here's the cost of upgrades for each statue level. All 7 statues have the same required amount of field energies, so you really have to be careful on upgrading. That about covers everything that you need to know for Joltville exploration. Oh, before I forget, here's a friendly tip for all the enthusiastic explorers out there. You guys don't need to climb this freaking tower near the room statue, because there's absolutely nothing that you can find over here.